This is the Bioshock knife. Month's build video, our first one, is going to be this Bioshock inspired knife, I guess. So I'm planning on making this part out of wood, the handle, and we're going to carve or wood burn the name Atlas into it. And then I have, this is from an old shower head. It's like the off on, hot, cold label, dial, whatever you want to call it. So that'll be used as the guard. And then this other template here is supposed to kind of look like a tentacle. And then each of these dots will be like nails or rivets that are going to secure it onto the blade here. And it'll be made out of the same steel the blade's made out of, this stuff right here. And to make it kind of stand out and pop, we're going to heat it up with the propane torch. And then I have a brass brush right here. So it should be that if we kind of scrub it down with this when it's really hot, some of the brass will come off and this will kind of be brazed almost, but not really that thick. Now these two tentacles are done. We're going to have to do some touch-up work with like a sanding disc or something, and then we're going to heat them up and see if we can kind of braze them with a brass brush. Now I got this wood here, and I traced out the basic design of my handle onto it, and we're going to take the jigsaw and cut it out, and then we'll sand it down, put a couple holes in it, pop it on there. Tentacles done, and what we're going to do now is I'll mark 3 points along the tentacles where these two, because they're a little bit different in like width, so I'll make sure that the 3 points line up so that when they actually get put on the blade, they'll meet each other and they won't be off. Go along the metal here and gonna drill not all the way through, just little dents in it to kind of give it the look of suction cups.
Andrew Ryan, and I'm here to ask you a question.
Finished going over the first tentacle with the brass brush and the torch, and it worked pretty well. I'm a little concerned that it might come off, but I don't think it will. I went over it with some paper towel just lightly to see if it'll, kind of like powder off or whatever, but it didn't seem to do that, so I'm pretty confident it's going to stay on, as long as I don't, put a lot of stress on it. And I didn't film the first one because I wasn't even sure it was going to work, but now that I kind of, I see the results, I'll make sure to film this one.
Won't you come on down to Rapture? Jam a needle in your arm. It'll slowly corrode your genetical code, but it's all part of the charm. So you're a gross abomination, but in time you're gonna be. So
there we go. I got this really good color on some of it, like the in there, but it is like has to do with the heat, I guess. So if you put it under heat again, it can get darker. So they're gonna take more work, but they are fully coated now, at least in a thin layer.
Glad you came on down to the best little town at the bottom of the deep blue sea. Up in the bathysphere, taking the atmosphere. It's like New York, but with more fish.
So what I'm gonna do right now is there's these little nails coming out that I put through, and they're gonna act as my rivets, and I'm gonna hammer them down with this side here of the ball peen hammer, and then they'll kind of puff out and form rivets.
This unholy demon spawn looks like Joan Rivers in the morning, but down here, she's quite a dish. Aquatic nightmare drones are known to freely roam with little sisters who require their help. I mean to tell you plainly, mister, if that thing there was my sister, I believe I'd disown myself. So you stuck a while in Rapture, and politically it's tense.
Okay, so right now I'm just putting a little bit of glue on the ends. This guy here, and then I'm going to put it around where I want it on this so it fits and my hand can go through, and then we'll mark the holes and actually bolt it on. This is just kind of a placeholder.
Libertarian scream, it's an Ayn Rand wet dream, and brother, I mean soaking, I'm not even joking, don't you know, the locals love the lifestyle, watch them scale the walls with glee, they're glad they came on down to the best little town at the bottom of the deep blue sea. Try out the you invent, it doesn't cost a cent, you're gonna love to mix and match. Just steal some glue from evil red guy and a screw from smelly dead guy, and you've made some crap from scratch. And there's this Atlas Joe right on your radio, and he'll give you helpful hints and such. I bet you'll do his bidding blindly, if he others would you kindly, but oh, I've said too much. So, you get a bit of story and a horrid killing spree, because you came on down to the best little town. You're trying not to drown in this creepy town. It really takes the crown, though it's the only town at the bottom of the deep blue sea. Forget Atlantis, it's the best little town at the bottom of the deep blue. Somewhere beyond the sea, they spell it R-A-P-T-U-R-E.